Stop acting a fool. I mean, just a plain, ain't they, sissy? A whole fool. You know better. You do know better. You do better. And I'm going to call you out. You could look at my face in the pulpit when you think it's some foolishness going on. Look at me. Foolishness. Stop it. Don't come in here, Bishop, preaching and you got a word. You ain't got no word. You don't. Not when the bishop's got the mic. Now, you might get up and shout me down, but when the bishop's up, have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. And all that bouncing around in front of these married men, have a seat. Have a seat. They fine, have a seat. They're married, but are they happy? Have a seat. You're out of order, sis. That was for free. I had to get that off my system because y'all already know I don't play it. But anywho, stop it. Bending all over and falling out and stuff and liking it on Facebook. You don't like it. You swipe left. Some people just go so I can see what he don't have on today. Don't have on. Cut it out. And it's not nasty, it's flesh. It's flesh, and flesh won't glory in his sight. Married couples, or if you're contemplating marriage, get to know who you're dating. My husband often says we date the representative and then we marry the reality. You know, we can always put our best foot forward when we're dating and we're dressed right, we smell right, look right. Then we get them, and then, you know, it's like everything goes in the drawer. The hair, the teeth, and everything. Yeah, the teeth, those star teeth that come out at night. So what you do is you make sure that you get to know the person from the inside out. If you're diabetic, you take your insulin. If you have an emotional disorder, you've got to get help. And it's becoming more and more prevalent. We've got kids that are taking knives to school and chopping people up and walking into courtyards and shooting everybody down, walking into sanctuaries. And that's why we have security. We get death threats all the time, and these people are emotionally disturbed. 30% of our veterans that come home from war have post-traumatic stress disorder. 45% of women who have been abused, battered by someone that loved them one day and hated them the next are suffering from trauma. We've got children who watch their parents fight that are suffering, about 40% of them. And then we've got 50% of women who have been raped that are sitting in our congregation that are suffering from emotional disorders. So if 1 in 4 women have been beaten by someone that said they love them, you could count it off in your choir. You go 1, 2, 3, 4 you, 1, 2, 3, 4 you, and they're all over our church. And while we're shouting and praising God because He is worthy, we've got people sitting right beside us that are going through their worst nightmare, and they come to church not to get their high on and get their praise on, because it's the only time of solace that they have. So it would behoove us as older women to start teaching the younger women how to love their husbands, and to teach our young boys you don't have to be angry. A lot of our young boys haven't had fathers or role models. All of our men, we've got to start being role models for these young men and tell them that they can be better than the best rapper that they see, driving the finest car, they get their heads in their books, get a good education. They're building prisons based on the test scores of third graders right now. They're building penal institutions based on the test scores of third graders right now. So while I love God and I want to praise Him, serve Him till I die, we've got to start doing some more practical things in from our pulpits and letting everybody know that just because you're angry, you don't have to kill.